Well, hey there guys, it's Flashback Friday. Or is it? We need your help. Don't go away. Well, hey there guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the guitar channel for
the self-taught.
Ah, sweet. Guys, this is or would be Flashback Friday, but we're kind of thinking maybe canceling Flashback Friday. What do you think? The thing is that we don't get a whole lot of reaction to these. Now I know that some people like to watch it, but boy, we just don't get a whole lot of views or reaction to Flashback Fridays, unfortunately. The intent of Flashback Friday was to be, I put stuff out at about 5 in the morning, trying to catch people before they go to work, just to hear some good music, some old classic music that they're familiar with, maybe help start the day, get a little bit of information that we research and give to you, and away we go. That's the intent of it. But, whether that's what happens or not, or, can be two different things. So we're not sure what to do. Do we keep Flashback Friday and do something differently? Or do we just shelve it and do something completely differently? Or maybe do we reduce to 4 videos a week and not do anything on Friday? Mr. Les Beans, what's your opinion?
Well, I really like doing Flashback Fridays. I think they're a fun portion of the week. I really like watching music reviews, so I find them really interesting. Especially since it's older stuff, there's not a lot of reviews on things that aren't, made in the modern age.
But see, that's what the thing is that I'm thinking is the problem. Is the stuff too retro, that we do? Is it too classic or whatever? And, we try to cover as much stuff as we can, but we're not a pure metal channel, right? This is not a heavy metal channel. It never was designed to be. But we do have some heavy metal on it. This is primarily a classic rock, classic hard rock type of thing that we're really trying to cover. Whether it's new or old, just as long as it's really good, for one. But, personally, I just don't keep up on the newer stuff. Whereas Les Bean does, and so that's kind of partly why he's here on Flashback Fridays, right? Mm-hmm. So we've covered Tool and different, more current, even though Tool's been around since, I was still rocking it back in the early 90s. But I'm concerned is that what we're doing, is it too retro? Is it too classic? Does it seem too old or old-fashioned? Les Beans, what's your opinion?
I don't think it's all too old. Like I said, there's not a lot of reviews on older music like that, though. So I find it interesting. If I were just getting into certain bands that were, from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, I would want some sort of reference page to guide me along that, because a lot of stuff on music review channels are just new junk, pretty much. So
I didn't know that. I don't watch them, so I don't know that. But what you're saying is pretty much the intent, in part, of Flashback Friday too. So I'm kind of stumped. I've taught myself how to do the editing and stuff that I've done. Maybe my editing could be fancier or whatever, but I can only do so much at one time. It takes almost all I've got just to sit here and play the guitar and doing this and editing. My back screwed up, blah 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 blah. But nevertheless, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. We need your guys' input. We really need your input. And if we were to keep doing it, should we change it? And if we change it, how so? But the only thing is, I've got to be able to do it. I'm only capable of so much at this point. 5 videos a week, it's a lot. And it's a lot. And sometimes it's more than I can actually do. So I'm really not sure what to do. Again, what's your opinion?
Well, a lot of channels do stuff like that, as many videos as that, but only bite off what you can chew, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. We want the channel to grow, but we want to be true to what it is that we're doing. You can only put so much gear on, so the channel is not all about gear. Gear, as far as I'm concerned, guitar gear and all that, is nothing more than a means to an end. Right? Of course, I love my guitars and amps and stuff like that, but again, it's only a means to an end, and the end is music. Music is the real point of the channel and of why I bother playing guitar or any of this. I never used it to chase tail or go after anything like that. Has never been my interest, whether you believe it or not, or care or not. But it's music. It's always been about the music, as hokey as that may sound.
Yeah, I definitely think the channel is about the music, and you know, music should just be about the music. No, you know, other stupid gains that you can get from it. It's how it makes you feel and how it makes you feel playing it.
Right.
So I think, yeah, music is made for enjoyment and making you feel good, or sad if you want, or angry, whatever.
Yeah.
It's there to make you feel emotions.
Yeah. And that's what we're here to share. We're here to share that part of the stuff. We're not a gear channel. Again, it's, you know, again, it's just a means to an end, guitar gear, in my opinion. It's cool and all that, but it's, you know, it's not what it's all about by any stretch of the imagination. We're also not any type of gossip channel. I'm not here to gossip about if Eddie Van Halen has throat cancer or is sick or not. I just hope he doesn't and wish the best for him. But I'm not going to plaster all that kind of stuff over on videos. And that's another thing that was kind of bumming me out there. I had 2 Flashback Fridays in a row where I'm having to talk about people that had just died. Of course, we have to mention it, but man, I don't want Flashback Fridays to become like a semi-permanent obituary video. You know what I mean? I mean, we're here to talk about the music and stuff, not everybody passing away. Unfortunately, that's what's happening. You know, at this time, so many people are passing away, but they're getting older. We're all getting a little bit older and a little bit slower. So, yeah, the bottom line of this, guys, is we'd really appreciate your input to stuff that you're actually going to watch.
Just keep on rocking and let us know your thoughts on the videos and what we should keep doing or not do.
Yeah, that's about it. This actually would have been the time of the month where we would do this day in music history. That was another issue I was having. Nothing happened. Nothing really worth mentioning all that much happened in rock history. The Rolling Stones had a couple things that happened on this day. I think Mick Jagger and Keith Richards met each other on a bus. They had gone to school before, they had seen each other, but they didn't know each other. Then they released, I think, another album, Ed Sullivan. They were on Ed Sullivan for the first time, October 25th. On Ed Sullivan in 1964. So those were the big things that happened today. So, you know, content's a tough one, guys. Running a YouTube channel, it's tough. Your input hopefully will help. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And thanks for joining us for this Flashback Friday. And we will see you
next video.
Sweet.